Bridget Mokalapa, but I prefer my African name, Tenulo. So I don't know why though. For some reason, I just prefer my African name. And I do poetry, I do writing, I do motivational speaking, and yeah, I guess.
Bridget, what inspired Bridget? Because every time, like, I believe Ritlakase one, right?
Yeah.
So related kokas and like is kind of oppressed, right? You know what? I'm gonna do poetry and I'm gonna do it like we rapid and impress everybody. It's my work.
Okay. I've always been a person wadi book, right? Like hard copy books, reading. And then I've been the person waratongwala. Though when I started, it didn't feel like I was writing poetry or I was doing anything. It was just writing.
Yeah.
And then my English teacher in primary was like, no man, you have potential. You can try this, Mm-hmm. Then I was like, yeah, I'll look into it.
Yeah.
So I think the passion started when I was in high school.
But then why poetry where it could be anything? Like, okay, why poetry specifically?
I think poetry because with poetry you can literally do anything that you want. It doesn't limit you to a certain extent, like writing. But when you are a motivational speaker, you are limited to motivating.
Right.
But with poetry you can do anything.
Yeah.
You can motivate, you can cry, you can talk about death, you can talk about love, you can talk about anything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Damn. Okay, so let's talk depression. Like, how did that kind of like you like, I know her but they kind of express like the couple pain was it the case with you?
Yeah, it still is, because I don't think a person could come to me and be like, Bridget, write me a poem about this, and then I'd be like, nah, it doesn't work like that.
It's all about you.
Yeah, it goes with emotions. If I'm happy, I'm gonna write you poem into him, but if I'm not, it's gonna be.
And I mean, I know I've been depressed because of like some cultural things, yeah. I was at a point where I was just like, and when specific as Bridget, right? I get are depressed into one, right?
Yeah.
When would depress it again to a point where like, okay, you were like hurting yourself.
Self-harm. Okay, I don't want to emphasize more on the cause, depression, but it was more or less a family thing, a family matter where one of the families kind of like betrayed me and nobody believed it. So I was like, yeah,
Right.
it is what it is. It happened. I told my mom about it and she was like, why? So I was like,
Really? I know a lot of people are sexually, not saying you've been in the same situation, but then how important do you think it is for a person who have been through that? Or I would say, especially I mean, believe in Tata, right?
yeah.
And did you feel betrayed by your mother? How home was your mama? You know what? I'm going through this person did you feel betrayed?
I did, actually, I did, and I still do, because now I'm at a point where I cannot trust any of my family members, because I'm like, okay, if I trust you, you're going to take advantage of me, and then if I tell somebody, they're going to be like, no man, not this person, so yeah, kind of felt like they betrayed me.
Did that kind of like kill you a bit, like
not a bit.
A lot. Or like how to
Yeah, it's like you're living with strangers. You don't have any other choice, but you have to live with those people. So the only way to avoid them is to like be there, but not there. Actually, like, keep your distance.
How do you look at that person?
With me, I'm like, okay. My routine is very simple. I wake up in the morning, go to school, come back, chill in the room, or meet friends, socialize, and then tell everything to poetry.
And where is that person? Why did you like?
Committed a suicide, so
Yes.
yeah.